Yeah, there is a very intricate connection between forest and water. In fact, at global level, 75% of the fresh water which is accessible is provided through forested watersheds and wetlands. And wherever there are forests, those soils are living soils. And because of the precipitation which is falling on the ground, if it falls directly on the soil, it will be having that scouring action and it will be dislodging the soil, leading into gullies and torrents, and lot of mud ultimately reaches in the river systems, in the streams. But if the same precipitation like we have in the peninsular India, where the rivers are fed by water from the precipitation. Now, if this water falls on the river, on the forests, if this precipitation falls on the forest, all the energy of the precipitation get dissipated and regulated through these layers of tree canopies. So, tree canopies is the only viable solution to dissipate this energy, to regulate this energy in a very useful manner. Trees provide first of all dissipation of this energy by providing some resistance by its foliage, by its branches. Then the speed of falling this precipitation get reduced to a great extent, and then starts the function of humus, which is a sponge action, and then the infiltration of the water, rainwater happens into the ground level through subsurface. Subsurface water or the groundwater, because of the gravity, it eventually flows to the river. But when you compare with the precipitation falling on the soil, it is a matter of few hours only, and then those soil along with the mud reaches the streams and the rivers. But when this precipitation falls on the forests, the infiltration takes weeks and sometimes months. The whole process of trickling down this precipitation in the form of drops and water to the main river system takes sometimes months. It depends on what path it traverses. In addition to it, it provides lot of other benefits. First, as I have told, this soil erosion has been prevented. In addition, you have the water regime of the forest floor getting better and better. Because of this, you have more natural regeneration and habitat gets improved. This improved habitat binds the wild animals to the forest, and human wildlife conflict gets mitigated. Then this wet floor, or let us say little bit moist floor, also prevents the forest fires, which are becoming quite frequent these days because of rise in temperature. Not only that, this also provides lot of non-timber forest products for the livelihood of the people. And then soil is enriched, that soil is a living soil because of lot of microflora, fauna and other microorganisms. Forest and water, they have three kinds of connection. One is the enhancement of quality. So, quality, I mean that sponge effect, any sediment, any nitrogenous, potassium, all those constituents of the chemical fertilizers, they get filtered through this sponge. Sponge is our humus layer. It is our humus layer full of degenerated and degenerating leaves, twigs and other things, seeds, flowers. So, this is a very formidable layer which really benefits, and that is a layer which is called as living soil. That is the top of that living soil. Now, when this quality is concerned, there is unanimity in the global level research that quality of water gets enhanced when it passes through forested lands or wetlands. Now comes the regulation. That is the second most important benefactor which the forests provide to the rainwater, is the regulation of the flow. Compared to couple of hours in the open soil system, the forest system regulates the water for weeks and months together. So your duration of flow get enhanced. The third is, as you asked about, the quantity. Now the rain and all. So it depends on what kind of scale you are talking, spatially as well as temporally. At some location where your rainfall is, let us say, 600 millimeter to 800 millimeter, and then you have the trees which are not growing earlier, and you are growing trees there for a limited space, for a limited time, there could be more evapotranspiration and there could be less infiltration and precipitation. So that way your water budget may be negative. But if you see on a bigger scale, because where this evapotranspiration will go, this evapotranspiration will go into the atmosphere, and again some other forest will be there, again it will be condensed and falling it back as a precipitation. So in a larger scale, if you see forests wherever they are, good trees wherever they are, they help in augmentation of precipitation and the subsurface and the river water. Now, earlier you have kind of a regulated or a more balanced rainfall. Now you have centimeters and centimeters falling on the same day. So this becomes another edge where forests can really benefit, because forests can hold that, and then excess water which are kind of a flooding into the streams will, because of the good soil, good humus, gets also minimized. So in case of excess rain, forests are also helping in mitigating this flooding. The soil gets benefited because of various reasons. One is the trickling of precipitation that is there. Then tree automatically provides shade, that cooling effect is also there. And then soil, when it is having the tree canopy, will be always nourished with leaves, falling fruits, and then these other twigs and branches, small branches. And then there is a complete decomposition factory there. You have microorganisms, and then you have other things which are very, very important for regeneration of the forest, that is your birds, butterflies, bees, bats. So all these things are also very important. When trees are there, they will automatically be there. And then of course forests help in mitigation of changing climate because of the biomass. Biomass is nothing but your locking of carbon. So that has a tremendous carbon sequestration service, and which is a kind of 30% solution at the global level towards combating changing climate. So forests account for this 30% of mitigation solution.